StreamYard says we are live, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of our wrestling shows. Episode 23. I went back and I counted the episodes earlier, not including our watch alongs for pay per views and stuff. This is the 23rd episode. We've been doing this for 6 months now, man. You believe that? But so far tonight with us, because there's other links out there, but so far we have Kingpin with us. How you tonight, sir?
Not bad, man. Good to see everybody.
And also with us was Mr. Buck Stanley, aka Gun Loving Grandpa. How are you tonight, Buck?
I'm doing good. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, not too bad. And so far out there on the YouTube side, we have NKJO. Good to see you out there. I guess we can start the show tonight talking about what happened last night on AEW's new show. If you haven't seen it, plug your ears. But there is a new Impact World Heavyweight Champion. Kenny Omega was defeated last night by one of the old guard, I guess you could say at this point. You know, he started his career over 20 years ago. Hard to believe, right? That he's been around that long. But Christian has beaten Kenny Omega for the Impact World Heavyweight Championship. So, yeah, we got a new champion there. And coming up at All Out, he will be challenging Kenny Omega for the AEW World Title as well. So, interesting development there. People were wondering which belt he was going to lose, which belt they were going to have him lose first, the Impact or the AEW title. And well, I guess I answered that question. The Impact World Title was the first one he lost.
Is he wrestling the same guy for both titles?
Yeah, he'll be challenged. Christian again will be challenging. There was shenanigans that led to Christian challenging for the Impact title, but before that, he was already the number one contender to face Kenny Omega at All Out because they had I believe it was a battle royal they had a few weeks ago to determine who was going to challenge at the pay per view after the Dark Order and Adam Page failed to beat the Elite and lost their championships. So the challenge, well, the Dark Order and Page were challenging. If they won their the 10-man tag they had, it was a 10-man elimination tag. If they'd have won, they'd have got the challenge for the world title and the AEW tag titles, but they lost. So they come up with a new number one contender for Omega since Page lost his number one contendership because they lost that match. They did a battle royal that Christian won. So that's how Christian got to be the AEW number one contender. And they had already set the word that two of them were going to meet it all out. And then over the course of that storyline, things happened and progressed, and he ended up challenging last night for the Impact title. Well, in KJL asked, so is Omega's days numbered in Impact? That depends, because All Out, if I remember what they were saying, it's going to be winner takes all. So at All Out, Omega could reclaim the Impact World title. So it's going to be interesting.
What's the business reason for taking two titles away from one guy and giving those two titles to another one guy?
Story. No, that's about all there would be. So it was just the story.
Yeah, but I mean, you see my conflict there. If I've got two different TV shows, then I could have Christian won the title to take it away from the guy who was holding two belts, and then he can go be champion and do his thing and build his own story and career and sub stories there, and then either keep Omega with the title in the other show or have him lose it to somebody else and then build a whole new series of stories there.
Yeah.
Now you got one guy that's potentially going to have to build both stories for both shows.
Well, they've already been doing that. They've been doing that for months now because Omega won the Impact title back in April, and this was the third time that he had defended that title belt already.
I get it. That's my point. You've already done the one guy with representing both shows. Why do it again?
You'd have to ask them that.
Well,
Honestly, I don't have an answer.
Like,
I don't have an answer for
you're the
that
insider.
question. Yeah, I honestly I don't know. I don't know what they're going with it, so I can't give you the answer to that question.
Do you think they don't have like another up and coming star or something like that they could thrust into the title role on one of these shows and build off of him?
Need to spread it out a little bit.
Well, here's the funny part: since Omega's been Impact champion, their ratings have been up. So
then he could stay Impact champion. Which title did he lose? Impact.
He lost the Impact. He lost the Impact title.
Okay. Well, maybe they'll let him keep the title on the other side so they can have two different stars on two different shows. I don't know.
Well, Christian isn't signed to Impact. Christian is signed to AEW. So you got either way, you got an AEW guy that has the Impact World title right now. And let's not forget, it wasn't just 2 titles that Omega had. He had 3 because he still has Triple A's world title, which is one of the 2 main promotions in Mexico. So he's still a double champion, even though he lost the Impact title. And it's also been revealed why they had Adam Page and Dark Order lose that 10-man tag match. He's taking time off because his wife is about to give birth to their first child. So, yeah, I know he's probably not out there watching, but if you are, congratulations, Hangman. Where else? I just had something else popped in my head, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, New Japan tonight has their first event in the United States other than Strong, for ever since COVID started, which is going to be interesting, I think. But for some reason, New Japan decided that if you're an English-speaking person, you have to pay extra to watch it. The English version is not going to be on their streaming service tonight. You have to pay for that via Fight TV separate. If you want to watch it in Japanese, you can watch it on their streaming service. So not only would I have to be paying for their streaming service, which I already am, it's $10 a month there. They want another $20 for you to be able to watch the event tonight. What's the point in paying for a streaming service? The point of a streaming service, you're supposed to get every event they do in English and Japanese, but for some reason tonight they decided, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to make you pay extra. Be interesting to see if they put the replay in English on their streaming service in the next couple of days or not. But kind of irritated me when I saw that I'd have to pay extra if I wanted to watch that tonight, which, considering that it doesn't start till 11 o'clock tonight, I'm not staying up that late to watch it tonight anyway. I think we talked about that a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, Kingpin? Where we talked about maybe doing an episode where we watched the replay.
Oh, yeah, the replay, yeah, because I thought it was like 1 a.m. or something like that the thing came on. I knew it started late.
Yeah, it doesn't start till 11, and it's probably going to run 3.5, 4 hours long. MKJ's to link out there for something. Let's see what he's throwing out there. Oh yeah, okay. That's the finish, and the finish to that match last night. It was brutal. and it wasn't a no DQ match either. So keep that in mind because I'll share this so you guys can see what the finish was here in a second. Make sure I got that turned on. There we go. Okay, you guys seeing this my screen?
Yeah, good enough.
All right. Can you
There it
see?
is. Right there you go.
Yeah. Let me rewind this here.
Muted one. It's loud.
Chair, guys. No. Oh, no. No, Christian, turn it around. Oh, my goodness. That counts right. Oh, he's got it. Oh, he's got it. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Is that like a reverse stunner on a chair?
It was what he calls the kill switch. That's his finishing maneuver. And yeah, it was onto the chair. The chair was in the ring because the Young Bucks tried throwing it to Omega. Omega set the chair up. Christian caught him and hit the move on the chair and got the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I don't know how you faked that. Like that's one of those classic deals with when you say wrestling's fake. Okay, go do that.
Exactly.
That guy hit that chair pretty hard with a 200-pound guy on top of him
Mm-hmm.
and on his forehead.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it looked cool. It definitely looked cool, but that's. I'll stick to drywall.
It was a good match. I mean, it was a good back and forth match, and then you had that as a finisher. The interference backfired because you had Don Callis was distracting the ref over in the corner. Young Bucks come down, throw a chair into the ring. Omega sets the chair up, getting ready to try and hit One Winged Angel onto the chair. Christian wiggles his way out of it, gets him in the position to hit the kill switch, and that was all she wrote from there. It was an interesting finish to that match.
So that guy does that move to like regulate just onto the canvas?
Yeah.
Where he slams your face into the ground with his back on top of you?
Yep.
I mean that's one of those wrestling moves that you can't not hurt yourself doing. Like even the stunner is, I mean, it looks fake. And it looks like you're not going to get hurt when you get a stunner. But that looks like you get hurt every time you do it.
The interesting thing is he's never heard anybody using that move. That's actually considered to be one of the safest finishers in the business.
That looks like it's you're getting your money's worth when you do that move.
Yeah. It looked from what people have said that they have talked about this and what Christian has said, it looks good, right? That's the thing. It looks good, but the way you land and everything, and the way the other guy lands, because they actually can get their hands underneath them, because the way he hooks their arms and stuff when he does it, it's not as bad as what it looks. It looks a lot worse than what it is, which is what you want from a good finisher. You want it to look like it's going to kill somebody, but it's actually easier to protect against than what you think it is, from what him and other people have said. Like I said, he hasn't hurt anybody with that. That's one of the few finishers that nobody's ever been hurt doing it.
And that's what makes a good magic trick. Is everybody going, how'd you do that?
Mm-hmm. But to your point about the stunner, yeah, the stunner looks like it's easy to protect against. And it is. I mean, really. But if you look at variations on that move, like the RKO that Randy Orton does, or the Diamond Cutter when DDP did it, they're laying you out more, where it looks a lot more legit than what Stone Cold did it with the stunner.
Like a pile driver?
Oh, pile drivers are
dangerous. Yeah, when we're sitting back in the studio trying to figure out what kind of match we're gonna have, and you're like, man, I'm gonna grab you and I'm gonna pile drive. No.
If I'm gonna have to take a pile driver in a match, there's only two guys that I would be okay with it. The Undertaker and Kane.
No.
They're the only two guys that haven't injured anybody with the pile driver.
It's just a matter of time. I'm not going to be the first.
Oh no,
I'm not
the
gonna
way
be
they
the
do
first.
the tombstone, you're completely protected.
A tombstone's not necessarily the pile driver either.
It's not a leaping pile driver. There's different types of pile drivers.
Any pile driver where you stick my head between your legs and slam my head into the ground, like Paul Orndorff.
Yeah, that's a leaping pile driver, and that's actually been banned in a lot of places. Like WWE, that move's been banned. You're not allowed to use that in WWE anymore. That it was the leaping pile driver that eventually caused Stone Cold to have to retire.
I think the suplex would probably be pretty cool, especially a good snap suplex, like off the ropes, or slingshot suplex, whichever they call it.
Yeah, that was the slingshot suplex, the Tully Blanchard style.
Yeah, where he'd pick you up
Yeah.
and bounce you off the ropes first.
Yeah.
That would probably be a pretty cool move to get done on you. I'd like to get like a Tony Atlas military press body slam, but I want the mat to be real big and squishy that I land it. Let's see. The Road Warriors finishing move, I don't want no parts of that.
The Doomsday device.
Yeah, I don't want no parts of that. Unless I'm the guy doing the clothesline and off the top rope. The figure four, I don't want no parts of because that hurts.
Well, that's just it. They make it look. It does hurt, but when Flair slapping it on somebody, he's not putting a whole lot of pressure on there to make it hurt.
Yeah, but when my
They're
brother
doing it
did
to
it
make
to
it
me,
look good.
well, my brother did it to me every weekend for the first 15 years of my life. It hurt terribly.
Yeah,
bad.
because he was making it hurt. That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's certain moves where they can look like they're hurting somebody, but they're not actually putting pressure on. But then if you have somebody that actually applies the pressure on it, yeah, it's going to hurt like hell.
I think it would probably be pretty cool to have somebody do like what is the move where they run against the ropes and then they jump horizontally and like crossbody block,
Mm-hmm.
like catch a crossbody block from one of the Rock and Roll Express would be cool.
Another crazy one is the Canadian Destroyer. Canadian Destroyer, if you don't know what that is, kind of takes like a sunset flip and turns it into a pile driver. But the crazy thing is, the guy doing the move isn't the one that has to do all the work. The guy receiving the move is the one that does all the work with that move because they have to do a backflip with the guy on their back to make it work. If they just stand there, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I'm good. I'd like to get some of them tablets and spit green dust in somebody's face like Muda used to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Muda, Kabuki, Tajiri, and there's a long line of guys who have used that.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing my luck, I'll take a deep breath to blow it out, and I'll suck it all in and choke myself.
That's okay. It's only food coloring and water. That's all it is. Yeah, Muda had different Keller versions of it too, if you remember.
Yeah.
Each Keller had a different power.
Uh-huh. I don't see how, like, there's a couple of times when he spit that stuff at Sting, and Sting had the color all over his face. Like, hey, ref, you just spit poison in my face. You cheated. It's right here. Look.
Yeah, I know. The refs were like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't see him do it, so it didn't happen." Like, dude, it's all over me. That's one of those things where you got to suspend disbelief on that one because the refs are either the refs aren't paying attention or they're complete and total morons. I don't think the guy did it to himself, you know.
I wonder how you get a job as a wrestling referee.
Let's see. There's a few different ways. Some of the referees are actually wrestlers who couldn't make it, kind of like managers would. Some of the managers were ex-wrestlers, so they couldn't do the wrestling thing, so they transitioned over to being a referee. Or they knew somebody in the business that got them in, and they became a manager. Like, if you remember Pee Wee Anderson back in the NWA/WCW days, that really small referee with the curly hair, he
I
got in.
guess.
He got into being a referee because he was friends with Arn Anderson.
Nice.
They were
I kind of
roommates
figured that's
when
how it
Arn
would
was
work out.
working.
Somebody just plugged into the industry. Hey, man, you busy Saturday night? We could use a ref. The other guy, his wife's having a baby.
Yeah, he started out in wrestling, basically being Arn Anderson's roommate. Arn, back when he was going by his real name, Marty Lundy, had just moved to, it was Bill Watts' territory at the time. I forget what one. It may have been Mid South, or it was whatever one covered, like Oklahoma and Missouri and whatnot. And he had just moved there, needed a roommate. He saw an ad in the paper. It was Pee Wee Anderson, the future referee, that had put the in the paper requesting a roommate. The two of them. So Arn goes. He gets the room and everything. The two of them become friends, and he starts driving Arn around to the different events and stuff. And eventually, Pee Wee gets hired by Ted DiBiase as Arn is leaving that territory to go work in Florida. DiBiase hires Pee Wee Anderson to to do the same thing for him, to drive him around to the different areas and stuff. And from there, he goes on, becomes a referee in that territory, and then eventually makes it up to the big time in the NWA and Jim Crockett Promotions, and then the WCW from there. So that's how Pee Wee Anderson got started as a referee. Just lucked into it, essentially.
Yeah. That would be pretty cool if you're just sitting around your house watching TV, or just like cutting your grass, and your cell phone rings and your buddy's like, "Hey, man, come down to the stadium tonight. We need somebody to be the referee. Johnny missed his flight, and he can't ref the main event card tonight." That'd be awesome.
Oh, that happens more often than you think. You'll have you have a little local promotion that there's still little local promotions around where a referee will get sick or a referee will be hurt or something, and they need somebody really quick. They'll call up the little local promotion and ask me if they have anybody available that can come referee for tonight.
Yeah, that would be pretty fun.
And
We could do the show. We could put a body cam on and do the show live from inside the ring.
The crazy thing is that a lot of guys end up getting into the big time because just by being Johnny on the spot, being in the right place at the right time. And next thing you know, you're a professional wrestler, or you're a professional wrestling referee, or you're a professional wrestling manager, what have you. That's what happened with Kevin Nash and the Big Show. They both pretty much had the same origin story. They were both working as bouncers at a club that a wrestler came into, and talked to them and got both of them into wrestling because they were bouncers at a nightclub or a gentleman's club in the case of Kevin Nash.
The good old saying is never pass up an opportunity.
Yep, exactly.
You don't always. It's not bad to say no sometimes, but don't say no to a good opportunity.
Yeah. NKJO says he remembers Randy Pee Wee Anderson. He didn't know he passed. Yeah, that was something they talked about on Arn's podcast a few weeks ago when they were talking about the story about how Pee Wee got into the business and stuff. They talked about how he passed away and nobody was expecting it. It just was one of those fluke things where he was there one day and gone the next. life can be like that sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
It's like last week when we were talking about Bobby Eaton. You know, his wife passed away a month or two ago, and then he passed away last week, and it's just yeah, testicular cancer. Yep, that's what got that's what got Pee Wee. That's a crazy thing for a guy named Pee Wee to die from, but testicular cancer. Not to make light of it, but you know, with the nickname like Pee Wee, and then you die from testicular cancer. It's a weird coincidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Arn did it, and a guest host did a special episode of the Arn Show this week, and Arn thinks that Bobby Eaton just mourned himself to death. Is what happened with when he passed away. That him and his wife were so close that he mourned himself to death. And
TPC is here. Oh no, that's the gun-toting pacifist. Oh,
yeah, Eaton and pacifist.
I do so.
It, you know, when you've been together as long as what Eaton and his wife were, that happens quite frequently. You know, if you look at especially if the woman dies before the man, you know, they'll die very close together.
Yeah.
Usually, if the woman outlives her husband, she'll live longer. But if it's the other way around, the husband usually dies not long after the wife does. It's a crazy statistic, but you know, it's being illustrated with um, what happened with Eaton and his wife. You know,
Well, I mean, you starve to death if no one's around to make sandwiches.
I don't quite think that's what it is.
You know Midas Welby from YouTube.
Uh huh.
He's back. He says he's cancer free, and he put out maybe a 6 7 minute video earlier explaining what's been going on and everything. But he said he's beat his cancer.
Cool. Yeah, my future son-in-law was upset the other night. He found out his dad has lung cancer.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah. And on top of that, his dad was already battling skin cancer, so it's like it really hit him hard the other night.
Yeah,
Him and my daughter, my daughter came over, and they're both just in tears when they walk in the front door. My wife's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And then they were telling her he was the first one that found out of his siblings and stuff. So it hit him hard. But he's doing a little better now. I mean, him and his dad talk and everything. And they're not sure how far along it is with his dad, so you know he's got to go for tests and stuff to figure all that out. Hopefully, it's not too bad. We need to change the subject. And Jason just popped in, so evening, Jason.
Hi guys, how y'all doing?
What's going on, Jason?
What's going on, Jason?
Kind of think I walked in on some bad news there.
No, we're just it's actually relatively good news. We were just talking about different kinds of stuff that was happening in the wrestling world and stuff. And unfortunately, the cancer topic came up. But one of our friends from YouTube, I don't know if you know him because he hasn't been around in a little while, but he's an old school head from YouTube, Midas Welby, is back, and he beat his cancer. So that's actually pretty good news.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's great news, man. He rang the bell. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he did all that. He didn't say anything about that, but he talked about the treatment that he had and the year that he spent and all the stuff that he had to go through. You'll see him over in like Scotsman's chat and Georgia Shooting Connection and stuff like that. That's if he gets back into doing YouTube a lot. And he said he was going to start making videos again, but you know, I mean, he's got other things going on still.
Oh, well, that is good news, man. Glad to hear that, man.
It's always good when somebody beats that shit. Good lord. And what else we got going on here? Trying to think. Gotta be something, right?
How's the weather?
Hot and nasty.
All right, we'll catch you up to the beginning. At the beginning, this guy Kenny Omega. I don't know how much you know about wrestling, so I'm just going to explain it the way I understand it, Jason, and then we'll get your opinion. Kenny Omega is the champion on 2 different TV shows for wrestling.
3.
3 different TV shows. He's a champion in all 3.
Yeah, he was the champion in AAA, Impact, and AEW.
Okay, so he's one guy is a champion on 3 different TV shows, and that one guy just lost one of the titles to this guy Christian, and then he's pretty much scheduled to lose a second TV show's title to the same guy.
Maybe.
And I don't know what about the third one. I don't like.
Yeah, that one. The third one's not up for grabs or anything. So.
Okay, well, I didn't even realize the third one was there. But do you think it wise for them to take? We'll just go back to we'll forget about the third TV show for now. One guy's got a title for 2 TV shows, and you take it away from one guy and give it to another one guy for the same 2 TV shows. Do you think that's a smart move, or should each TV show have their own champion?
Well, I'm familiar with Kenny Omega having like all the belts, right? And I'm not really cool with that. I think it should be spread out. But I think it should be one champion for one show. And if you hold 2 belts, maybe you could play on that for a while. Maybe you could set up, a feud with the former champion or something, and you could play off that for a while. But then in the end, I kind of think I'm one of those fans that I don't want to see the one guy with 2 belts or all the belts all the time. You know what I mean? If he won a big pay-per-view and he had both shit belts and he could brag about it for a month or whatever, yeah, I'm cool with that. But I just like they've had it here. Like, how many belts does that Kenny Omega have? Like,
he had 3.
3? So, yeah.
Well, 4 because they also, for some reason, decided that the TNA title is also going to be carried by whoever owns the Impact title, because the Impact title is the former TNA title, and there was a whole convoluted storyline with that. So whoever's the Impact champion also has the TNA World Championship.
Okay, so you said Christian's got one of them now, right?
Yeah, Christian's got the Impact title, and yes, that is Christian of Edge and Christian fame.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Kingpin said like they gave it to the other guy. Like, did they just strip him of the belt, or did he lose it in a match?
They had a match. They had a match last night on the premiere episode of AEW's new show Revolution.
And they're going to have another match on TV show number 2 with the same 2 guys.
No. It's not going to be on TV show number 2. It's going to be on AEW's next pay-per-view, All Out, which is September 5th.
Oh, so if you understand what he just said, Jason, the same 2 guys are going to wrestle for another TV show's title.
Yeah. So basically, they're trying to get as much airtime off of these 2 dudes in a title match as they can. Then, it's like you're saying if Christian would win, now he would have 2 titles,
maybe
2 different shows.
No, we don't know. Yeah, if Christian wins, yes, he will have both belts, but we don't know if the same will be true if Omega wins. I don't remember if it's a winner take all or not situation. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. I don't think they're going to put both titles on Christian though, because of his age and whatnot. Christian's not a young guy anymore.
Okay, so Christian and Edge, Christian and Omega fight for TV show number 2's title, but Omega wins. Does Omega then automatically challenge for the title for the TV show that he lost as a rematch?
Oh, he's under Impact rules. He does have a rematch clause. because they Impact still uses the old school rematch clause if you lose a championship.
So they could go at it basically 4 times over 2 titles.
Yeah. Real quick.
Then what happens if the titles swap? What if it's a even score? You know, one guy wins one guy wins the other, and we're still back at this again.
Well, I think the rematch clause is you have to be a defending champion. It's not just I just beat Rich for the title. I don't then but Rich has defended the title 10 times, and then I defeat him, he gets an automatic rematch. But then if he defeats me, I don't get an automatic rematch because I never defended the belt. I don't. Is that the way it works? I'm not too
Yeah,
sure.
that's usually the way that works. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like if the underdog loses, he's not guaranteed the rematch. Yeah, only the champion.
Yeah.
Right,
Only
yeah,
the
you have to
champion
be a
that was
defending champion.
Yeah. The champion that lost the belt that made the rematch have to happen gets his rematch. But if the champion that's defending against the former champion who he beat loses to that former champion, then I don't think there's a rematch clause there in that situation.
I guess the best thing to do would be pay off the ref then.
See, and we were talking about that before you showed up too, on how I'm sitting here waiting for somebody to call me to ask me to be a ref. So I gotta get friendly with like Triple H or something like that.
Yeah. Real quick, guys, we've been joined up there by Echo, so evening, Echo.
Hey, Echo.
Yeah, that's a quick rundown of what happened last night, and I played because MKJO threw a link out there to Twitter where it showed the finish for the match, and yeah, that was a wild finish. The move Christian hit his finisher on Omega onto a chair that was in the ring because the Young Bucks tried interfering on Omega's behalf and it backfired.
An unfolded chair,
Yeah, an
like ready to
unfolded.
be sat on chair.
Yeah, it
Oh.
was yeah.
Oh,
Omega had set the chair up.
Sorry I missed last week, man, but I'd like to add that I'm sorry to hear about the passing of Bobby the Brain Heenan. I always liked Bobby the Brain.
Yeah, not wrong Bobby. It was Bobby Eaton.
Oh, Bobby Eaton?
Yeah,
Oh,
beautiful Bobby from the
I
Midnight
thought it was
Express.
Bobby the Brain Heenan.
No, he
Well, I've been
passed away.
down in the
Bobby
dumps
Heenan passed away a few years ago, man.
Yeah, he had
Oh.
brain cancer or something, didn't
Yeah, yeah,
Bobby Eaton.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
From the
I'm sorry about that too. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He was in the Midnight Express and then the Dangerous
yeah,
Alliance, and
yeah.
yeah, and he was Arn Anderson's best friend. So they did a tribute on Arn's podcast earlier this week.
Was he kind of shorter, heavier set, blonde hair guy?
Yeah, he was
Real
average.
long blonde hair.
Yeah, he was average height and stuff. Yeah,
Well, I mean, just I don't know, maybe a little big around the belly, just a little bit.
yeah,
Long blonde hair,
yeah,
80s, 90s blonde hair. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. How old was he? Do you remember?
62 years old.
Oh, oh, oh.
he? Where
That's.
his wife died like a week earlier.
No,
Oh
it was a
gosh.
month or two ago that his wife had died. So yeah, Arn. When they were talking about it on his podcast on the special episode. Arn thinks he mourned himself to death.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, Sometimes you go of a broken heart. You know, had that had that happen here last year to close family and friends. Had a guy that suddenly died one day at work, and it was a shock to everybody. And his wife was doing good and really didn't take it extremely hard, and they were prepared, and their house was okay, and their insurance, and she was taken care of, and the kids were grown and everything, and she acted like she was getting along real well, and then she passed within a month too. You know, so it does happen like that.
Yeah, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. It's amazing how often that happens. Usually, it happens if the wife passes before the husband. Usually, and the wife, if the husband passes first, will live a little for a few years after the fact. Like my mother-in-law is still around, even though my father-in-law died over a decade ago, and my mother-in-law is still alive and kicking. But sometimes it happens with the wives too, where they'll go right after the husband. But it's not as common as it when the wife goes and then the husband dies right after.
It's always in my playbook, man. I'm hoping she goes first. I'm gonna live for a long time, at least a long, happy time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you haven't,
If you, hey, if you keep saying that where she can hear it, you probably won't live that long.
Yeah, but the problem is that in the afterlife, there's probably a line of them sitting there already waiting on me.
I just think about it. I mean, if you live for a really long time after she's gone, I mean, eventually you get used to prison, I guess. It can't be all that bad.
damn it, I forgot what I was going to say now. Must not have been too important.
See, I mentioned the other day when my time comes and I'm gone, uh, I need a gun in my casket. Send me out packing. You know what I mean? Cocked and locked. I don't know what I'm going to need when I get to the other side.
Yeah.
I was listening to this story on the radio the other day. They were talking about how George Washington uh, requested that his body be laid out for 3 days before they put him in the casket and buried him because he was afraid of being buried alive. So for the rest of the day, I was sitting there thinking about being buried alive. So it might not be a bad idea to be buried with a gun.
Oh hell, back
Loaded
then,
in the chamber.
yeah, back then, man, that was a common thing to have
Yeah,
happen.
yeah. I think that was a common fear because, yeah, it did happen. Yeah.
Yeah, it happened a lot. They had to the point where they had like alarm systems and stuff
Yeah, had
set
little
up
bells
going
set
into
up.
the little, like bells or whistles and stuff that people could, if they woke up in the casket in the ground, could pull a rope on it and set off like a air whistle or a bell or something, so that the grave keeper can come dig them up and get them out of the ground before they suffocated to death.
Oh my gosh, what a terrible thing to happen.
Yeah, that's why you see a lot. That's a lot of the people that could afford it were buying above ground mausoleums. That way, if they did wake up, they could just climb out of the grave because they weren't buried. They were in a box above the ground, and they could move it and open the box and get out if they had to. If you're buried in the ground, you can't do that.
I want to be cremated. I guess I would wake up with my feet start catching on fire.
Well,
Oh,
it
your
depends how
gun
much.
starts going off.
They'd have somebody, they go into a coma for whatever reason, and doctors will declare them dead when they weren't dead because their breathing and stuff will slow to a point where they may not be misting up a mirror or whatnot, and they didn't have like the stethoscopes and stuff like they have now. I mean, they had them, but they weren't anywhere near as precise as what they are now. And the doctor would declare them dead, even though they weren't dead. It's crazy.
I'm not dead, but I am badly burnt. If you could send a medic down here, I think I might still survive.
Shut up, you.
No! You shot me! You shot me in the arm! Why would you do that?
I'm not quite dead yet. Shut up, you. I'm getting better.
He went over the edge of the road. Both of my legs are broken.
Bring out your dead. Boom. Bring out your dead.
I was watching that the other day. That was funny, man. My favorite part is is when he trots up to the castle and he was like, "Who lives in this castle?" And the people were like, "We don't have a king. We're a
Oh
representative."
God, good woman. Did you say good woman? What's your name?
Look at the system abusing me. Look at the system abusing me.
Well, what's your name? Dennis. A woman named Dennis. Oh, that movie is
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah.
Who elected you king? You don't elect kings. I was appointed by God. That's a great man to come up with a rulership of a country. That movie's just freaking hilarious. That whole scene is freaking craziness.
I tried explaining the knights that say "ne" to
Me.
somebody who's never seen the seen the movie before, and it's impossible.
We are the knights who say me. And they change the name. We are no longer the knights who say me. We are now the knights who say, oh man, I can't remember what it was, but it was some really long, goofy gibberish thing. Bring us a shrubbery. Not just any shrubbery. It's got to be something really nice. Oh, yes, definitely. It's got to be something nice. And you have to cut it down with a herring.
Yeah, that movie is so funny.
My wife doesn't get it. She does not get the whole Monty Python thing. Except for Life of Brian. She likes Life of Brian. But Life of Brian's not as crazy as some of their other stuff.
What are you gonna do? Bleed on me?
Come back here, I'll bite off your ankles.
That was fun.
Never seen Monty Python.
Oh my god.
Few minutes here or there, maybe. Couple. That's about it.
You've got to watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail and The Life of Brian. You got to watch both of them, man. They are hilarious.
The Holy Grail.
Yeah, Monty Python
Like,
and the Holy Grail.
Like Crisis Chalice.
Yeah, it's a parody of the Arthurian legend.
If you like making fun of French people,
Oh my god.
you'll really enjoy it. When he gets in a fight with the French people in the castle.
You stupid English nuggets.
My favorite part there is when the French guy ducks back under the wall and goes, "Oh man, we really got him now."
Yeah. They launch a cow back into the French, and the French launch it back at them. Run away! Run away!
Launch a cow.
Yes.
What, like catapult?
Yeah.
A cow.
Yeah.
Trebuchet.
Yeah. That was actually taken from something that would happen. You would take a diseased animal that was dying or a dead animal that had been rotting in the field, and when you were doing a siege of a castle, you would launch that over the wall of the castle with your catapult or trebuchet.
Biowarfare.
Yep.
Yeah, if you there's the Holy Grail is a hilarious movie. If you like that, and then there's another one. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen it, Rich, but Kentucky Fried Movie's another one that's real funny.
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky Fried Movie's like the movie version of Saturday Night Live if it was good, and the Holy Grail is just a regular movie, but it's kind of cut up into different segments. It's really funny, man.
Oh yeah, it covers all the aspects of the Arthurian legends and stuff. It's really good. It's kind of like Monty Python gave it the same treatment that Mel Brooks gave westerns with Blazing Saddles. So yeah, if you like Blazing Saddles, you'll definitely like Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Okay. Like I said, seriously, my whole life I never watched it. I know it's the medieval King Arthur and the clothing and stuff they wore. I know the time period of it. And did they do some singing in it? Is it like got
Yeah,
singing and stuff? Okay, so
there's one scene.
I've seen a few, bits and pieces in my memory of it, but I've never watched the.
Yeah,
the show.
they come up the Camelot and there's like, and they're getting ready to go in, and all of a sudden they cut away to the song and dance routine, and then they cut back to Arthur and Knights are like, no, let's not go to Camelot. It's a silly place, and they go doing their fake horse riding thing away from the castle.
You've seen Blazing Saddles, right, Jason?
Oh, like 100,000 times.
All right, at the end when they kind of break script and end up showing you that they're on the movie studio, then
Yeah,
they're coming out through the lot and the cops show up and all that. There's a similar scene at the end of Holy Grail, and it's 100 times funnier because it's 20 years earlier. So they're going off of like historic at that time what the cops would have been like. Where in Blazing Saddles, the cops still had guns and patrol cars and all that kind of. It's funny, man. When you look at the scene of the cops holding down this riot team, oh man, it's funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that movie's just hilarious. And don't forget the Killer Bunny. And Tim the Enchanted.
What was the name of the warlock that would throw flames and stuff?
That was Tim.
The guy with the horns.
Tim the Enchanted.
Tim. Yeah, Tim.
Yeah, he's the one who warns him about the Killer Bunny.
Yeah.
Played by John Cleese. The faces he makes when he's describing the bunny and stuff is freaking. Oh my god, that movie's funny. And then you got the one that's guarding the bridge, which is where the joke about the swallows comes from, that you always see people telling.
Man, check this out today. I had to go get a new tire on the truck this morning. Got a nail in it, and it basically went right up through the sidewall. It was on the very edge of the tread. I mean, I'm surprised the tire plug even held it, right? And the tire plug's like coming back out, when it rubs on the road and stuff. So I needed a new tire. So I had to go to Walmart, buy a tire at Walmart, and then I had to take it to my tire shop and had them put it on. And just got it done. Everything's fine. I drive off, and I'm kind of now going through parts of town that I usually don't go through too much. And there's an overpass. You know what an overpass is? So it cuts over top of, like, here, it cuts over like 4 sets of railroad tracks. All of a sudden the cars start swerving and people going off left and right and taking this road underneath it. And there's a car parked in the middle of the overpass and a guy out with his hands up in the air stopping all the traffic. And I'm like, what in the hell's going on? I get up there and look. Somebody dropped a whole box, like a 5-10 pound box of nails, and it was all over the streets, all over both lanes. And I was like, I can't believe that. Son of a bitch. I just got a brand new tire like 30 seconds ago, and the street's covered with nails, and I ain't even made it home yet. I was like, oh my God.
I do my part because I feel you. Working my job, there's nails everywhere all the time, and other companies got screws all over the place. I'm a magnet for when I get out of the car. If I look, I'll find every nail in the driveway. I probably in the past 2 years, I'd say I'd filled up at least a 5 gallon bucket of nails and screws and stuff I found in parking lots and in the street and in job sites.
Yeah, my stuff's covered with nails from every different trade that there is, right all the way up the driveway, right up to the edge of the garages, just nails everywhere all the time.
I hate it, man.
I don't think, well, this new tire that I got, it won't be long. I'll let you know when I put a plug in it. Every tire on my truck ends up with plugs and always has. But this one, I had to do something about it, man. It was like on the edge. I mean, just the edge. As I pulled the nail out, you could see it like bulging the side wall of the tire.
Mm, yeah, it's bad.
But yeah, I just thought that was crazy, man. Of all the things, I mean, basically 30 seconds away from the tire shop, I got to turn on the street, and it's all blocked off. Because I mean, I could see if somebody's one of them square boxes had been falling off a truck and spilled out, and there was like thousands of roofing nails. And those roofing nails, man, they go in your tire no problem, man.
Well,
So
if you're gonna see, I can't fathom how that happens. I get accidents happen, people make mistakes, but stuff like that is careless. And unless you have an equipment malfunction, like you got the side boxes on your truck or something like that, and you turn and the door that's closed properly breaks and comes open, and you spill nails all over the street or equipment or whatever. But other than that, I don't get it, man. Same thing with the job sites. How is this possible? How is it possible that there's all these nails and screws and stuff all over the
So mine is everybody carries them in a mail in a work pouch. You know what I mean? They got a work belt on. They take that off, drop it down for breaks and this and that, and spill them everywhere. And not one worker where I work at in any trade actually pays for them nails out of their own pocket. So that's why they're always dropped on the ground. And this is like mass production housing. This isn't working for a private owner. If you work for a private owner, boy, you know you'll have the magnet out there. You just can't go do a private owner job and leave the driveway full of nails.
I
You're
see
gonna
it
be
all the
putting
time,
new
dude.
you're gonna be putting new tires in people's cars. You know.
I see it all the time, dude, because we don't do we hardly ever do mass production stuff like that. And when we do, it's usually a smaller scale, like a restaurant or something, or an office. But we mainly do residential, and that's where I find them, man.
Yeah, that always bothers me too, man. Nobody can pick up their nails, and here's the problem: they spill most of their nails, like I said, at the edge of the driveway at the garage door, or they parked out on the street where you have to park sometimes if you can't get in the driveway, and they take their belts off all at the tailgates of the truck and throw their shit around. So the very parking spot in front of the house is always full of nails, and so is the driveway. I mean, I bet you could walk the yard and not find nothing in the dirt. Everything will be where your tires need to go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We had these one dudes come in. We had this house, and they basically built another house because they had two separate extensions. One on, I guess, the back right hand side, and one on like the left hand side. It's kind of strange how they did it, but you had to go through the whole house in a bunch of different spots to do the work. So we had dudes come in and hang for us, and they dropped at least a half a box of screws on the floor. It was unbelievable. I mean, I've seen, a couple good handfuls on a job here and there. Some of them are bent. I get it, things make mistakes. This was a half a box of screws in basically one single family sized house that's about the extension rooms.
I don't ever pick the nails up because there's nothing that none of them's anything that I ever like would want or need. Like my work's always the same thing. It's either little tiny white finish trim nails from the soffit and the fascia, or it's drywall screws or stuff like that. I don't come across like any heavy duty bolts or screws or something. You know what I mean? That would be handy to take home. It's always just you know the bullshit shitty stuff.
Well, yeah, we paid for a box of screws, and they threw half of them on the floor.
Yeah.
We normally like I'm the kind of guy who'll go through and pick up screws and pick up nails and stuff like that, and on the job site and keep them. You know, if there's 15 screws, I'll pick them up and I'll put them in my toolbox. You never know when I got to do some patches or something like that. And if they're good screws, I'll use them. If they're not, I'll throw them in the trash. And my boss flips out. He's like, "Leave that stuff in the trash. There's 100 screws in there, and there's 200 sheets in this house. It's fine. Just sweep them up, throw them away." This time he was like, "Nah, get the magnet and pick up these screws." I mean, it was literally a half a box of screws.
The best one I saw was when I was working construction was this young kid. He had to have been like 18, 19 years old. He was using the cherry picker to get up on to do work on the roof of this building we were working on. And there was some of the old steel siding from a steel building laying there that we had taken off because were redoing the sides of the building and the roof. And this idiot drove the goddamn cherry picker across that old siding. So he's up there doing work, and you just see all of a sudden that the cherry picker just starts leaning. He's like, "Dude, get down now!" This dumb fucking sliced the damn tire open on the damn cherry picker, and if that weren't bad enough, there were also the damn screws that hold that siding onto the building in one of the other tires. That tire was slowly leaking. The one he sliced was going down extremely fast, which didn't make my boss happy in the least because he had to pay for those damn tires now. And those tires aren't cheap, to say the least. But yeah, oh, he was hot. The dude was not back on the site the next day.
I'll tell you something expensive. When I was sitting at my tire shop getting a tire put on, a semi truck guy come in there, like an old guy, like he owns his own truck, and they were working on us sitting there watching 10 brand new semi truck tires getting put on that truck.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were the two up front, and then everything in the back was like 4 sets of two. You know what I mean, dualies.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there next to some of the old ones they took off. You kind of don't notice it when you're in a truck, but you walk up, man, them motherfuckers is like chest high. Fucking tires are tall. Those are huge tires. And the guy that works at the tire shop, he's a little dude, he's like 5 foot nothing and shit. And I was like, damn, that's some big tires. They whipped him up. They jacked that semi truck up with the same floor jack that they used to jack up my little Ranger pickup truck.
Yeah, a lot of them use the little bottle jacks that just have the little peg come up out. It doesn't take much to get them off the ground. I've been changing those truck tires since I was a little kid, man. That sucks.
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah, I think the tire changer dude outside wasn't so bad, but the guy inside running the tire changing machine, I bet them tires wasn't no fun.
Yeah, the tire changing machine was a sledgehammer and a crowbar. And
Yep.
if you were lucky, you had some soapy water to spray on it.
And if you're really lucky, they were one-piece rims and not two-piece.
Hmm.
You taking all the fun out of it, Rich.
And remember, Buck, you don't know, but Rich and Jason both know what I look like. Just imagine me a few feet shorter when I was like 9, 10, and 12 years old, and freezing cold. Oh my God, it was always freezing cold when I'd have to go and do that.
Yeah, when we joke around with Kingpin and say that he can hide behind a flagpole, we're not joking by much.
Hey, I seen smaller people than Kingpin whip them tires out.
Yeah.
Freezing to death is nothing we was going to talk about around here this week. I think it's been like
Oh.
90 every single day.
Dude, we hit 100 on
I love it.
I don't know. I've been inside all week in the AC.
Oh, damn you.
Yeah,
I
we
was
hit
outside
100.
working on my car all day today.
Yeah, we hit 100 without the heat index a couple days ago, and it's been in the upper 90s every other day.
We've been hot, but we've had some storms that have blown in and been pretty nasty. But for the most part of the day, it's like we don't have any breeze. You know what I mean? We just got hot sunshine.
Yeah, we've been having some massive storms too, but I mean that happens every year.
Yeah,
It's
we've had
pretty
the
predictable.
we've had thunder and lightning. We have not had any rain. It's like going around us, but we have had it knock out, brief power outage where it goes off for a couple of seconds and it comes right back on again.
We've had some major storms.
Yeah, it looked like we was gonna get one yesterday, and all of a sudden it just turned and went on. Got a little dark and windy. That was about it.
Yeah, they're like passing to the right and left of us.
Oh, we've had storms that dropped so much water in 15 minutes, a half hour. You couldn't believe it.
We had
Just flood everything, flood stuff that never floods before, streets that have never flooded before, but a foot of water, 2 feet of water in them, man. Just crazy. It came down so hard, like windshield wipers on high was like zero effect. You should have just had them turned off. I mean, just terrible.
Yeah, we had that storm, but it lasted for like 2.5 hours the other day. It was just
Oh, no fun.
constant like hurricane weather for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, but like I said, we've been lucky. It's been going around us. We have not been hit with that.
I got super lucky on Friday. I had everything. I had to take my car to work, and we still had a bunch of stuff at the job site. So I figured out how to load it all in my car. And just as I loaded it in my car and pulled away, like 2 or 3 minutes later, it started storming. I was pretty thankful. Irish has joined us. Guns and Barbecue did a shout out for you there, Pat.
Evening, Pat. I remember what it was I wanted to say earlier. If you guys haven't gone and watched any of Arn Anderson's podcasts called The Arn Show on YouTube, go check out some of that stuff, man. You guys like the old stuff? Right now, he's been telling about the past few episodes. I think he started earlier this year where they changed the format where he's going back and telling stories from when he was starting out and stuff. So go check that out, and definitely go check the episode that he did this week, the special episode, not today's episode. He did his normal episode today, but it was Thursday, I think it was, it came out, the tribute episode for Bobby Eaton. That was kind of interesting and whatnot, the stories that he was telling about him and Eaton and their families and being friends and for years and all this stuff. So definitely go check that out if you haven't yet.
You watched the television, Rich? I mean, like the real. I know you watch Me TV, but I'm talking about like that other crap.
Yeah, not really. I just watch the old stuff.
I keep seeing a commercial. I can't remember. I'm at somewhere where there's a TV on, and I keep seeing a commercial for I guess they call it a sitcom or a drama, about a guy that's a wrestler. Dang. Well, I have to try to pay attention next time I see it, and then I'll let you know what it is. But it's like a TV show about a guy that's got either trying to become a wrestler or he's a superstar wrestler. I don't know.
I'm talking about that show Heels that's on AMC.
That might be it, I guess. Is it on
Yeah,
TV?
I've heard people talking about it in passing through the various YouTube wrestling channels and stuff. I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not. I've never seen it myself.
Let me go check it out. Yep, that's it. This is the show. Because let me see. Where's that one? Okay, I guess it's right here. This is it right here. Yeah, that's the guys. Yep. These are the two dudes that I keep seeing on the show. Can you see my screen?
No, it didn't pop up.
Oh, I forgot to hit the other button. Sorry. Sorry about that. There we go.
Yep, now we're seeing it.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I
that's,
forgot to hit the other share button, but this is the show I'm talking about.
yeah, it's Stephen Amell. He used to be on Arrow. Played Green Arrow on Arrow.
This guy.
Yeah.
Was he also in one of those other like vampire shows on the same network that One Tree Hill used to come on and all that?
Yeah, that's on the network that Arrow was on. It was the CW, and before that was the WB.
That's the one I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was on one of those shows.
Oh, Stephen Amell's actually been in wrestling matches in WWE, and he was on the very first thing that AEW did before it was officially AEW. He's good friends with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I see. I keep seeing somewhere where there's a TV on. I keep hearing about this right there.
Well, Stacy's out there now. Evening, Stacy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that Stephen Amell would be in a show about wrestling because like I said, he's a big wrestling fan and he's good friends with Cody Rhodes. I mean, the two of them known each other for a while. Cody was on his TV show on Arrow. He played one of the villains on the show. As a recurring character. So I'm really not surprised that he would do that kind of thing. Like I said, he's been in wrestling matches, actual wrestling matches. I can't remember. One was on one of the major WWE pay-per-views, and I don't remember which one. But him and Cody were wrestling against each other back when Cody was Stardust and was a heel. And that was a few years ago.
I'm gonna be trying that red dot out tomorrow, Jason.
Heck yeah, man. I'm going to go to the range tomorrow, too.
Pat says he's having difficulties getting in. Yeah, that happens sometimes, especially if you're on mobile. Sometimes mobile and StreamYard don't mix.
Is he talking about getting in on the chat?
Yeah, he's trying to get in, but he can't get in. He has a link and stuff. So
Yeah, I never had any problem. Like when GunTube first came online, but even Hangouts. When Hangouts I first started using it, I'd get dropped, and then it's like my phone and my computer got used to being on it, so it stopped dropping me. And the same thing with the Chamber and StreamYard. It's almost like my devices got used to the app and stopped dropping me.
certain people they have no luck with it. Like Squib, he has terrible luck with StreamYard.
What are you going to go shooting tomorrow, Kingpin? Is it a pistol, rifle?
I'm gonna take that AR pistol out tomorrow, the one that you gave me the red dot for. Try to get that dot, and I might take a handgun with me. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna stay very long.
I meant like an AR pistol.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
5.56 AR pistol, the 10.5 inch.
I had that mounted on my Ruger 5.56.
Yeah, I've got, like I said before, I got the flip up sights on it, but even with I imagine even with the aperture flipped over to the larger one, uh, I think they're still too close together for flip up sights.
Oh. Hey, did you put a new battery in it?
I don't think so.
That battery's like really old. Maybe get you another battery.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It worked. I turned it on. It worked. So I'll give it a shot tomorrow and see what happens.
I bought.
Do I have to unmount it if I'm going to change the battery?
Uh
Uh,
It's that little small underneath the lens in the front. It's a little small, little round cap, and it's got a little notch on it. You can like unscrew that, and it's like a AAA battery, a AA battery, one of those.
I don't know.
It's not
Cool.
one of the. It's not like one of the watch batteries you gotta go get or nothing. But you'll notice that little cap has like a screwdriver point like on it. You can use that little cap to adjust the turrets on that red dot to move it up, down, left, right. You don't need to take a screwdriver with you. You can use that cap to turn the turrets.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah,
I just got a full pack of double A's and triple A's stuff.
yeah, that's always nice. The like my primary arms, the prism scope I have on my AR pistol, it's like that. It's got the little things that poke out of the top of the caps on the turret, so you just flip the turret cap over and use that to adjust your windage and elevation. Don't need any tools with you or anything.
I bought some Energizer batteries today, man. I was kind of like, I don't mind the prices of stuff, and I don't mind paying a little extra, and I know there's inflation and everything, but damn, man, uh, I bought two 9-volt square batteries, and I think it was like $12 or $13. And then I bought a pack of like four AAA batteries, and that was like $8.99 or $9.99. I was like, oh my god, batteries are expensive, and that was at Walmart. Well, that wasn't like the gas station that's expensive or nothing. That was at Walmart.
Everything's going up. Thanks, Biden. It doesn't help that stupid bastard's putting tariffs on everything.
I bought me a camera tripod from Walmart. They didn't have any choices. They only had one choice, so I got it. Seems okay. Seems strong enough.
The camera, the full size tripod I got, one of those Amazon Basics that I got on Amazon years ago. I was still in school when I got that tripod. And that thing still uh, works just fine.
I got one. It's called an ONN in a yellow box. It's like 30 some bucks, but it seems good. I need it for that chronograph that I bought. Uh, it seems okay. It's not as flimsy as I thought it was going to be. So
Yeah, don't get that $9 one.
Yeah,
That bitch is flimsy.
yeah, this was like 30 bucks, 35 or something. But I hope it's okay.
the Amazon Basics one I got, I think I paid $25 for that if I remember right. Again, that was a few years ago, so I don't know. I don't remember the exact price. I think it was 25.
I had to kind of figure it out a little bit, find all the knobs that tighten and adjust everything up because it tilts, it leans, it cranks up in the air, it does all that stuff those things do. And I set it all up, tried it out. I think it'd be plenty sturdy. I think it'd be okay.
I'm reading what's going on out there in the chat. Apparently, Pat's going to be starting up his own podcast here soon. So cool.
Yeah, Pat, we need to talk about that whenever you get in here.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Beck?
I'll send a little message in the private chat.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when I go shooting tomorrow, Kingpin, I'm gonna be shooting some bullets that I loaded myself.
Is that your first time shooting your reloads?
Well, sorta. I made a couple, and I've cracked a couple off. That's all I did was shot. I was so happy and excited. That's all I wanted to do. But now I got some different loads worked up, and I got them separated in cases and got them all marked. So now I'm going to test and see the difference between the different amounts of powders that I've loaded. So I got me 20 of like 5 grains, 20 of 5.2, 5.4s, and I'm going to try them out, chronograph them, and see how accurate they are. And I'm I've been thinking a lot about it and everything I wanted to do tomorrow and accomplish, but I don't need to come home tomorrow with like the perfect load. But like I said, I started at 5 and I got all the way to 5.4. If I could narrow it down to like 2 of them that are doing okay, then I'll go from there. So I'm just wanting to progress a little bit tomorrow. I'm not trying to hit a home run or nothing.
Are you talking about 9 or 45?
45.
That's cool. Are these going to be the rounds that all the projectiles you just bought?
No, the ones I've recently bought were lead bullets. No, I haven't messed with those yet. I'm gonna be shooting uh, Hornady, regular 230 grain round nose.
You gonna be breaking in that new Colt?
Nope, nope. I'm not taking the Colt tomorrow.
That's what I was going to ask. What are you going to shoot out of?
Yeah, well, I'm not taking my first bullets that I've ever experimented with and shoving them through that gun. I just tell you that.
Yeah, G23 showed me a picture of that. Yeah, that thing is right beautiful. I like the look of that.
No
Can't
stones
take
if you
the
don't,
knife off.
man.
Yeah, stones my ass. I love this gun. It's right here in front of me, man. I'm telling you, it is so blue. It is just so beautiful, man. The
So which one are you going to
finishes.
use? The night off?
I'm gonna use my Ruger.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
I know it'll work. I know it shoots straight.
Yeah,
So
the tolerances are real tight.
I'm not so worried about that. You know, as people talk about building your bullets to the tightest chamber or any of that, I'm only shooting 10 yards away. Okay, so I just need a good load factory or a good quality round. But yeah, I'm not gonna take the new Colt. I'm gonna take the Ruger or something else. Just testing. I'm doing testing. I'm not out to do a whole lot more than that. Of course, I don't want to blow the barrel up on my Ruger either, but uh, yeah, just play smooth. I know that gun shoots. I just changed the sights on it not long ago, and I've already tried it out. Everything's working good on that gun. It's got some new springs in it. It's ready to go. It wants to go have fun too, man. So we're gonna
Are you,
use
gonna,
it.
are you bench resting or are you just going to stand
Yep.
and shoot?
Yeah, I got a bench rest for it now. I got pistol rest. just for the testing purpose. I'm not going to sit here and like shoot all day off of rest, but
What's the velocities that you're looking for?
around anywhere from 800 to 900, and I should be okay around 825, 850. But you got to understand, my machine's probably not going to register what the factory does. So I'm going to shoot a little bit of factory ammo too and try to make a basic on it. You know what I mean? Off of that.
Yeah, pretty good baseline.
So like, as long as I'm in that ballpark, if all of a sudden my hand loads are shooting 200 feet faster than my factory ammo, I went too powerful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping the person that just jumped in is Pat Hirsch and not Pat from Saturday Night Live with that name there.
It's just Pat. Yeah.
No, it's not that person.
What's up, Pat?
How you doing, all?
Hey,
Hey,
how's it
man.
going, Pat?
Doing good.
Good. Sorry, working a little bit late tonight and outside playing with the kids. Working on some ATCs and ATVs and yeah, just riding around with the kids tonight. So had a good night. So can't complain.
I think you killed the chat. Jason and Kingpin had a nice chat going with their 1911. And
I'm sorry, man. I was back to dry firing it, picking it up. I tell you, I set this gun down and I pick it back up 30 seconds later. I caught myself picking it up while I was eating today.
and you say you say you don't have a problem.
I can't put it down, man. I pick it up, I put it right. I just love it. I mean, I've wanted this gun for like literally my entire life. My stepdad got one when I was a little kid. That was the first time I ever seen one. And he explained, how it was a gold cup and it had these sights and all this and that. And he really enjoyed it. It was like the first one I ever saw, even as a kid. And I've kind of wanted one always since then. I always thought about, if I got Colt 45, I'm getting a gold cup. And since I started buying guns, I only saw one ever at my dealer and I didn't buy it. And when I found this one, man, I was all over it. And I'm glad I did. I mean, I love everything about this one. I can't find a single flaw, a manufacturing screw up, something I don't like. This gun's damn near perfect.
Yeah, you're going to be on the news tomorrow as the first person to file for a marriage license for his handgun, aren't you?
Hey, man, it's a free world now, man. You can marry anybody you want, right? It identifies as a beautiful young lady. Thank you very much.
So you're a gun psychologist, is like people go out there and be a dog and cat psychologist. You're a gun psychologist.
I'm like a gun gynecologist. I want to get my fingers in there and feel around a little bit.
Okie dokie. Well, here we go.
Pat, you be quiet. We know where you stick your hand, so you just be quiet.
No, you don't know where I. Well, yeah, actually, y'all do know where I stick my hands, but it's all
Yeah,
covered
we
in a
ain't got to
glove.
worry. We ain't got to
It's in
worry.
a glove.
Trey ain't here.
Yeah, when
It's
that
all
glove,
sanitary.
when that
It's all
glove goes all the way up
iodized.
to your
So,
shoulder, that's what scares us.
well, I can go just about ass deep into anything. It just depends on if I got a glove or not.
You guys ever seen that video that zookeeper was cleaning out that elephant's cage and the fucker sat back on his head and his head went straight up the elephant's butt?
Oh my god, that would suck.
And you're lucky that like the elephant's weight didn't like crush the rest of his body,
We got Carolina EDC reviews is out there now. Even into you.
But at least that person could say they know what the inside of an elephant looks like.
Mm, only if they were wearing a headlamp. As thick as an elephant's skin is, I don't think light's going to penetrate.
I think I'd rather be the guy that got sucked up into the jet fighter on the aircraft carrier motor than I would the one that got the elephant set on.
That's what they make showers for, man.
Showers
You'll
don't wash
never
away
get rid of
memories.
the smell.
Yeah, showers don't wash away memories, Rich.
You can just sit back and listen to Joe Biden for a while,
It's just,
lose everything.
maybe that's what happened to Joe.
If I had to listen to Joe too much, I'd stick my own head up the elephant's ass.
Oh yeah, maybe that is what happened to Joe. He stuck his head up an elephant's ass. Man,
No, that was Nancy Pelosi.
he stuck his head up Nancy Pelosi's ass.
It
That's
was
possible too.
It was Kamala, and it wasn't her head she stuck up there.
No. That Kamala was with Willie Brown.
Michelle Obama sticks stuff up anybody's butt. She wants to. Ain't nobody gonna stop that linebacker.
Thank you, Jason.
I want to be like Mike.
Quick question, off topic.
I
Buck,
don't think we
what's
got a
the
topic.
easiest way to get a hold of you?
I guess by email or my phone number. I can put my phone number in the side chat
Okie dokie. That sounds
And,
good.
and my address or email address and all that.
Yeah, just an easy way to just get a hold of you.
Social security number, city of birth.
9362, and here's my credit card number.
Yeah, that'd probably be the easiest way. My credit card number.
Okay.
Mhm.
Don't look at mine because you there ain't much to drain on that one.
What's your mother's maiden name, by the way?
And father's middle name. Don't forget your father's middle name.
All right, I just posted my email address up there.
Okay. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt on your chat, Rich. I was just
No, you're not interrupting anything. We weren't really talking about much of anything.
well, I tried to do it last night, and I was trying to be nice about it and not trying to take away from anybody's chat or anything. And I don't know the most civil way to do this on air.
So he didn't mind interrupting your chat, huh, Rich?
Yeah, he didn't want to interrupt like Gary or anybody, but you know, I don't mind coming on here.
Ha 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 ha.
You've been around these people for as long as I can remember, man. You know, none of us have any morals or dignity whatsoever when it comes to this internet.
Well,
stuff.
yeah, but I try to show a little bit of dignity. I'm the breath of fresh air.
You're the
in
on
here.
the show.
I wish.
Man,
So
you just
Brett-
got to say, can you guys shut up for a minute? I want to ask Buck something. How do I get a hold of you? That's all you got to do. Just butt right on in and let it go.
Yeah, well,
fresh air,
I'm just that
dude.
nice Midwesterner. So
You know, I'm gonna let you know a little secret, Pat. Where you put your hands, there ain't no way in hell you're ever gonna be the breath of fresh air.
Yeah, Pat, just stick to the script from now on. Read the script. If the script is good, read it.
Yes, I am Biden's drone. Yes, I will comply.
Do your
Oh,
part.
wrong
Get
script?
vaccinated.
Which one are we reading from?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Just pick one.
There's a
Well,
script.
fuck the CDC. Sorry, didn't mean to cuss, but the hell with the CDC and the hell with any of the other health departments.
Shh. You can't say that stuff on YouTube.
Channel strike. Age restrictions.
Mhm.
Damn it, I'm sorry.
So what's the thing with you doing your own podcast anyway?
Well, this is just something I tried out last Wednesday night. Got some views and stuff on it. Actually had Buck on there and my brother and about 2 other people on there that didn't even post it. I just went on there with the mask mandates and everything that might be coming back and on some people and all this other BS. I was like, no. I said, I'm going to rant. It's my therapy. I'm just going to get it out there, and I don't give a F who hears it or anything. And I said, if you want to go, I said, if you don't like this channel, go watch somebody else. It's pretty much the way I phrased it. So,
You might want to change the date on that to a different day. Because Roll Call got his rants and raves on Wednesday.
oh, okay. So,
The same time you did.
There's a problem there, Buck. Somebody's always got a show. It's like you're not going to find an open time slot.
No, that's
Well-
not. But if you can't have, if you're gonna have 2 shows on at the exact same time on the exact same day with the word rants in the title, that's the point Buck is making.
Yeah.
right.
Not
Okay.
courting
No,
somebody.
that's
gonna
fine because
happen.
I honestly don't know who's on at what time or anything. So, I'm open for suggestions on that. So, what do you think, Buck?
Well, Thursday.
No, I can't do Thursday.
No.
You just gotta pick the time
Yeah.
and you screw everybody.
I'm on
Tuesday.
Sandhills on
Tuesday.
Thursdays.
Tuesday
You
would
can-
work. Tuesday
You
at
can
10.
do Wednesday. You can do Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern if you want. Just don't call it rants.
Or Tuesday. You could do a Tuesday. I don't think there's anybody on after Ghost anymore. Because that's where Sandhills used to be before you moved.
Yeah, that's true.
Night Strike's got rant. Hit or miss Tuesday nights 9:00.
No, that's during Ghost show.
No.
No,
No, that's
starts at 8.
Yeah, it is.
Ghost starts at
Ghost is
7
2
and
hours. Ghost goes 2 hours.
Yeah, he's
Now
only
he does.
Starts in the middle of Ghost show.
Now he does.
Yeah.
For the longest time, he only did 1 hour.
yeah.
Yeah,
So you can
because
do-
Yeah,
that
it
was
depends on how the
You
show's
can do
going.
it 10 Eastern. Because Night Strike's done at 10 Eastern. So he could do it 10 Eastern. Or 10:30 Eastern. Which would be 9:30 his
Take
time.
Sandy's old spot.
yeah.
Basically, you gotta
I
find
guess
out
I could
which
do
works
that.
best for
I could
you.
take Sandhills slot at Tuesday at 9:00.
Or you
So-
could do it Monday at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock because somebody usually has a show but hasn't had one in a while.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 people that usually have a show at that time period haven't had their shows on.
Okay, Buck. So, all right. Well, I'm asking some veterans in here since I'm the noob. So, Buck, what do you think? Mondays at 8 o'clock, then?
Hell yeah, people got a lot of shit to talk about on Mondays.
Jason Stewart. Anybody?
Okay.
Yes, Jason Stewart does a show on Mondays, right?
Does Jason even
Yeah,
do a
that's
show anymore? I mean, come on.
He missed 2 episodes. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be back someday, but don't worry about me, man. The internet's big enough for everybody.
Yeah, Pat. You gotta find the day that's best for you.
Yeah, it
that
works
you
for
feel
you,
the
Pat.
best with, and you feel like
Well,
you can draw the most audience. And if somebody's doing a show at that time, so be it, man.
Yeah, there's a little
Yeah.
thing called like subscriptions and replay.
Yeah, the
So,
internet's
yeah.
huge.
yeah, and I understand all that. I'm just trying to step on the least amount of toes that I
Yeah, you
possibly
ain't
can.
gonna.
No, it's
No,
not
you
about the
ain't gonna.
toes that you're stepping on. It's about the fact that, once again, Wednesday night at 10 o'clock, a lot of people are going to be watching Roll Call or Salty
Yeah.
Cracker, or the 100 other people that are doing live shows with Wednesday at 10 o'clock. So you just got to figure out when your target audience is going to have the availability.
Like I don't have a target audience yet.
Well,
Just getting
There you go.
started.
For instance, if you wanted to do a show at Saturday morning at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock Eastern, no one's going to watch because everybody's going to be over watching Travis on Caliber Corner. Not because they don't like you, it's but because Travis is the draw on Saturday mornings.
Yep.
But if you were to go at Tuesday at 8 o'clock when Ghost goes on, you might get a whole lot of people that you didn't expect. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on what you feel the most comfortable with and what you think you can draw the most audience. If you're interested in drawing a big crowd, if you're only interested in drawing 5 or 6 people, then it doesn't matter. Just do it when it's best for you.
Yeah,
But
have
if
it
you're
on
looking for
Saturday night.
analytics, if you're looking for analytics and views and the algorithm to catch up to your show and push it to more people, then that's when you're going to have to factor in when you can draw the most audience. And only you can know that by the analytics that are on your channel.
Yeah, you gotta go by your schedule. You know your own schedule better than we do.
Yeah. Well, my schedule is so. Well, I'll put it this way: I'm a farmer and I'm a rancher. Depending on what day, what the weather's like, or the clock, or anything, it could change. But I would like to keep it on Wednesdays, but I'm flexible enough if I have to move it to a Monday or a Tuesday, like Sandy's old slot, then yeah, I could definitely do that and just keep it there and lock it down there. I mean,
One of the things that you're going to have to be aware of is if you don't have any standalone videos, it's going to be almost impossible to draw a live stream audience. Unless you just happen to have that one show about that one experience or something that really catches, because YouTube doesn't recognize that you exist until you start. When you start, like my channel, for instance, if I put out a video any day of the week, I won't get crap. If I put out a video on Wednesday or Sunday, I'll get 100 views in the first hour. If I put out a video any other day of the week, I might get 100 views in the first day. And it's all the same people watching my videos. I got the same 100 people that watch all my videos. And I tell you, if I put one out on Wednesday in the first hour, I get 100 views.
Well, sometimes stuff happens. Like I just had to resubscribe to you, Pat. I know I was subscribed to you before, and YouTube took me away. I just had to go do it again. So
Yeah, I had a couple
That's-
of them. I had to go reschedule
I
or
heard about
rescribe to.
Yeah,
I heard about
I'd do
people.
the same thing too.
I heard about people complaining about that. Year ago or whatever, and it never happened to me for a while, and now over maybe the last 6 months or so, I've found quite a few that I've been just somehow unsubscribed to. Not
And
like a massive amount, but a
Well,
handful.
I'm talking to the pros here, so I just need a little bit of experience, just a little bit of I'm trying to. I'll put it this way: I'm trying to do my best, not on stepping on anybody's toes, to where I can just fill in a slot. That's all I'm trying to do.
My advice with what you just said there would be take Sandy's spot. And
Okay,
put out a
that sounds
video.
pretty good.
When do you plan on doing your first live stream? Take a wild
Well,
guess. You don't
actually,
have
I
to
was
say exactly.
hoping.
Like a month from now, 2 months from now, a year from now.
No, actually, next week. I was
Next
just
week.
gonna just file into it off the cuff. I don't give a damn.
All right. Did you know that Guns and Barbecue did a shout out for your channel?
Actually, no, I did not.
All right, I'll get the link for that and you can check it out. Check your subscriptions to see if you got any more subscribers. What you need to do is if you're interested in an audience and not just like us coming and hanging out and just chatting, then you're gonna have to put out standalone videos. You're gonna have to say, hey, this is Pat Hirsch. I'm gonna do a show on Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock Eastern because that's the only time zone that matters. And here's what my show is going to be out. I'd like for you to join me. Put that video out, and then a couple days later, do another one. Hey, just a reminder, because right now you don't have any videos, right?
No, I've got videos on my actual channel, but not anything having to do with the actual podcast. I'll put it that way.
Okay, when's the last time you posted a video?
Today.
He's got a
Okay.
few videos up, man.
Yeah.
Stuff about quad
I'm
runners.
subscribed to your channel, and I got the bell wrong because I watched Guns and Barbecue's video, and I double checked, and I haven't seen a video come out of your channel ever. That's weird. I mean, I didn't mean that to be
Yeah,
rude.
I've
or
got
anything. I'm just
several.
saying I'd watch your videos if I knew you put videos out.
Yeah, no, I've got a couple shorts, and then I did a walk around on a little TRX 125, and I was playing with the kids today and put out a little short today, and I was actually inside of a cozy coop, which there's a debate going on. And actually that's another thing. I'm in the running for a certain something being done to me if I can get everybody on board. I'm sorry, sweetie. Sorry, she heard me. I'm entitled to a I'll put it this way, I'll just abbreviate it. A BJ. If everybody can agree, if I actually fit inside of a little cozy coupe, you know, those little push around cars, I came up through the bottom and my waist and everything was clear up in the top and I could pedal it around. And I did that. So I'm going to call on all the gun guys because she cheated. She went to Facebook. So now I'm going to have to get Yeah, now she's... now we got a back and forth going here. So yeah, I'm going to call on all you guys here pretty damn soon to say that I was actually in the cozy coop. It's a little short that was on my channel.
Yeah, Guns and Barbecue. I put out the link there, but here's the video. I mean, you don't have to play it if you don't want to, but you know, he's definitely shouted out your channel, and I went right here to the link earlier today.
Oh, nice!
And
Wow.
soon your channel should see. Yep, and now they got the bell unsubscribe for me again. Right
Oh,
there.
well, damn, that was nice of him. I'm sorry. I am totally new to all this, and I'm trying to get everything down. So I apologize if I'm screwing stuff up or whatever. But
No, it's just what a lot of people.
I'm learning.
My nephew has got a YouTube channel and he does a live stream, and he's wondering why nobody watches his live stream. And I'm like, well, have you put out any videos? He's like, no, I've never done any videos. Well, it's not you're dealing with a computer and a mathematical equation, and the more of these you put up, the more the mathematical equation knows that you exist, and the more the mathematical equation will tell other parts of the mathematical equation that you exist. So it's cool that you've got videos that'll help you draw a live stream audience. Is that you've got real videos out there? Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if Kingpin's seeing your short, but I'm not seeing it. The one you said with you and the little pedal car thing. I'm not
The
seeing
first
your
one
short.
right
Right
there.
here.
Which one?
Right there.
This one,
Just
I'm
watch
getting ready to play it
This?
right now.
37
Oh,
seconds.
you guys, if you can play that one, just go
that's
ahead
it?
and play it because it's absolutely hilarious. I was just playing with the kids.
Okay,
you
let's
saying
at
that?
least talk about the little red wagon. That's what I'm talking about.
In it, you're wearing it.
Uh-oh, Pat. I think the technicality might have you beat.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that counts, Pat.
That's barely worth a hand job.
Yeah,
I mean-
she said, honestly, she said if I could fit inside of it, and most of me
Well,
was
yeah.
inside of it because my
No,
hips.
no. Most of you was not inside of it.
No, Pat. You are.
Damn
on
it,
the
guys!
right-
I need you
no,
on my
Pat,
side.
You're on the right path. You're on the right path there because the rules are if you could get inside of it, you win, right?
But he's
Yep,
wearing it as
exactly.
a hat.
If I could get
But
inside,
he's filling all of the inside of that car. So he's as inside it as he can possibly get. He wins. The
sorry.
hat.
Uh,
Don't know.
if you're standing halfway in the front door and it starts raining out, you know what I mean? Are you in the house or are you out the house?
Yeah, see,
Well,
but
I've got a roof over my head, so
yes,
technically I'm not getting rained on.
right. The rules of were if you can get inside of it.
Tomato. Pat, you were inside of it.
See, don't argue with Buck.
Yep. Thank
I
you, Buck.
just tell
I
the old
appreciate
lady
that.
I don't have to do no tricks to get that.
That's why you're
Yeah,
betting
but
the
this was kind of a bet thing.
You
So
win.
we laid down a bet, and if I lose, then yeah, something else has to happen.
Uh-huh. Tell her
And
to
you
give
can
her
probably
something.
pretty guess which that other thing is, which I have no problem with.
Give her something long and hard to think about.
Ow, my tongue.
Quit talking about your pistol, Jason. That's all you think about.
I met my Louisville Slugger, man. My Lucille.
truth. Start doing them tongue exercises, Pat.
No, I'm pretty much up to date on that. That's not a problem.
So what's your show going to be about, Pat?
I'm sorry. What did you say, Jason?
Oh, Kingpin asked you.
Oh,
What's your show going to be about?
basically, I'm gonna pick out 1 to 2 topics, and we're just gonna rant on it because the one thing that got me started on it was okay. Picture this. Everybody said that okay, now the masks are gone. The vaccines have been implemented. Now they're coming back with the freaking mask mandates. And this is what really set me off. Was that the mask mandates were going to come back. It's like, oh, really? Does the vaccine not work? Now
Not at
everybody
all.
has to mask back up?
Well,
It's just a constant loop of contradiction.
if you
And
look
it's
at
been that way for a year, and I understand that. But
if you look at
it's
the
just,
statistics, man,
oh,
the
God, it just
the
pisses me
vaccine's a
off to
joke.
no goddamn end. So, yeah, it's going to be 1 to 2 topics a night, and just everybody can just blow up. I don't care. Just I'll put the 2 topics out there, and everybody can just go off. It's kind of like a therapy session.
What you ought to do is do a video on that. Say this is what we're going to be discussing this week. So have your rants ready or your questions ready about it. That way, it give everybody a heads up of what you're going to be talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the story this week, but Pfizer, the company that manufactures one of the vaccines, is not mandating it for their employees because they said it's too experimental.
Yep. Oh, and thank you, by the way, Buck. I will. Thank you. I will. Yeah, that definitely helps.
So the makers of the vaccine said they won't take it themselves. Well, that ought to tell you something right there.
Well, and that's getting to my point of the rants. I mean, if there's supposed to be a vaccine, nobody has to wear masks, then all of a sudden everybody has to mask back up again. It's like, is this even going to freaking work? Does it kill it? Does it get rid of it?
Nope.
So, yeah, that's just.
The vast majority of those that have come down with the so-called Delta variant are people that have been vaccinated.
Exactly.
Depending on whose numbers you go with, anywhere between 75 to 95% of the people that have gotten the Delta variant have been vaccinated.
Yeah, I tested positive last week for COVID, last Monday, and all I got is a damn sinus headache.
Well, I hope that's all you get.
Still ain't gonna get no shot.
Oh hell, the side effects
Don't need
of
one
the
now.
well, the side effects are worse for people that have had it, and there are numerous doctors that have done studies that have stated that if you've had it, you don't need the vaccine. It's a lifetime immunity that your system builds up to it if you've already had it. So there's no point in people that have already had it getting the vaccine anyway. And when you look at the news, the people that have had the cardiac issues from the vaccine are people that have had COVID already. So, I mean, it's like, why are you making people that have already had it get the vaccine when it's not going to do anything for them anyway? And it could make it worse on them as far as their health's concerned.
Yeah, well, and see, and that doubles back to what I was talking about earlier. I mean, the confidence in the CDC has just been completely destroyed because it's gone completely political. And
Oh,
I'm
that's not a
sorry,
new
but
thing.
if you look at Fauci's face, he looks like a fucking weasel.
No, he
And
looks
I
like
just want to go
Pinocchio.
up there.
He's Pinocchio, man. We proved it on the
Yeah,
Sunday
I know
show.
we did that one night. Oh yeah, fucking Pinocchio, all the goddamn way.
But remember, he's not in charge of the CDC. He's in charge of the National Institute of Allergies and Infectious Diseases. Who the hell put allergies and infectious diseases together and thought that was a good idea?
Yeah, I'm just. But anyway, that's what a bunch of my rants are going to be pointed at is just everything that's been going on between 2020, 2021, and just everybody doubling back, and just it just pisses me off to no goddamn end, and that's why it's called the rants. So
You can just go ahead and change your show title to the Channel Strike.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't care. I'm so small that I doubt they'll even catch me until I'm about, what,
truth,
maybe
the truth is not
120?
the truth is not permitted on this platform.
That's all right. I'll just reboot it on somewhere else.
The whole thing about the CDC being politicized, that ship sailed long before COVID was a thing. Obama
Oh, yeah.
did that when he tried using them to push gun control.
You guys seeing this?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Let me know if you hear the
Yep.
audio. You might not be able to hear it.
Participants are confronted by a hypothetical.
Can you hear the guy talking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got you.
All right.
Yep.
Listen carefully to what he's saying here. This is 2019.
Scenario that presents to them the challenges of a response. So we will say, here's a hypothetical disease outbreak. This is the way it might be evolving. And these are some of the challenges that you'll see that you'll have to address to address the disruptions that you're seeing to your healthcare system or to your organization.
Do yourself a favor, go look up Event 201. And this is one of the hundreds of different reasons that I stand totally firm, and you're not going to change my mind. Coronavirus is fake. Period. Watch this video and then come back and tell me I'm lying.
Well, it's just like anything else. I mean, it's just like the flu or anything else. I mean, they've over politicized it to the point where they've weaponized it for political gain.
It was a weapon from the very beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
The entire intent was weaponization the whole time. They didn't
Yep.
just take advantage of a good situation. They planned a good situation. And I don't mean to be all doom and gloom, but I think they might have us, boys.
Well, I would like to disagree with you, and I hope they don't. Hopefully enough people have woken up, and hopefully they don't. I've still got some pride and stuff and in the United States that hopefully they don't. Hopefully enough Americans will wake up and just see it for what it is. It's just an over politicized piece of garbage.
Yeah. When I went to the doctor, I felt a whole lot better. I went in there and had like a head cold, a little sinus pressure on my head. I felt good all the way up till where they tested me for that damn COVID. And ever since then, my nose been burning, my head's been stopped up. I think them some bitches made me sick.
Well, another thing I'll tell you, perception's 2020 on some of that crap. They get some of that's a lot of, and some of it's head games too. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of it's head games.
You think the people that have been running this planet for the past 500 years are a bunch of chumps?
No.
Yeah, I mean they've developed all these countries. They've bombed half of these countries and they've killed billions of people because they felt like it. They control the whole planet, and we talk about them like they're some type of bunch of clowns. These people are diabolically evil.
Well, again, that's one of those things. I wish it was. I wish it was simpler. Like back when I'll put it this way, and Rich, you can chime in on this one, and please do if I get this wrong. Back in World War II, that was probably one of the most purest wars that we ever fought back in the day, as far as good versus evil. Something that just absolutely had to be stopped. I mean, if I'm wrong, somebody please tell me that I'm wrong. I mean, if somebody's got a different point of view, I will, trust me, I will definitely listen.
I think the war ended much too soon.
Yeah.
I'm firmly in the camp with Patton that war ended way too soon.
About 40 years too soon, probably. Unfortunately, I mean, I hate to sound barbaric, but look what happened after the war. You know, history has labeled Hitler as like the worst human being ever, and statistically, he really wasn't all that bad.
Stalin and Mao were worse.
Incredibly worse.
Right. As far as body count goes,
Stalin and worse, or Stalin and Mao
Yeah.
were worse.
And look at what Stalin. Hitler didn't leave a legacy. Stalin and Mao have.
Yeah, Stalin was worse before Hitler came to power.
yeah. Sorry, I hated to phrase it that way, but it was just
No, plus
history does a
you
weird
Trump.
thing
Trump
on people.
Worst.
Yeah.
Stalin had killed millions of people in Ukraine while Hitler was sitting in jail in Germany. I mean,
Yeah, what, in 36, 37?
It was before that.
Was it 32?
Yeah, somewhere around there, yeah. It was right
Yeah.
before Hitler
Okay, yep,
got
early
out of
30s.
prison and then started the whole
Yeah,
Nazi party thing running and everything, yeah.
Yeah, because he came to power in like, what, 34, 35?
Yeah, Hitler.
Somewhere right around there.
Yeah.
And see, Xi Jinping isn't a bloodthirsty psychopath. He'll kill you if he needs to. If it's beneficial for him and it's financially and fiscally responsible and all that other kind of stuff, then he'll eliminate you and he'll eliminate the 100 of you that are there or whatever he needs to do. But he's not looking to start wars. Vladimir Putin's not looking to start any wars. Joe Biden isn't looking to start any wars. You know, these people understand, you know, we talk about, are we going to fight against the government? The last thing that Nancy Pelosi wants to do is level New York City in order to take it over. Because then she's got a busted out city that's worthless to her. You know, they'd rather just slowly, mentally, and emotionally corrupt everything to where you basically just give up and just do what they say voluntarily. And you'll give a bunch of reasons to all your other friends that say, hey, why'd you act like that? Because you'll say you got kids and you got a job and you got this and you got some of that and stuff. And, you know, then 30 years from now, you'll just be exactly where they want you to be. Thinking about the good old days. Remember back when America was this and, you know, all that stuff happened? That was cool.
No, I totally agree. What do you think, Buck?
What was that again?
I said, I totally agree. I said, what do you think, Buck?
I agree. I was trying to find something here on my phone I was looking up. Didn't quite hear the question.
Yeah, I'm about ready to hop off here, boys. I just tucked my pistol away in bed. And I'm about there shortly myself.
Yeah. Yeah, Stacy's asking for a link out there in the YouTube chat, but I'm probably going to wrap it up anyway. So,
well, I'll stick around Stacy's coming. Okay.
Yeah, actually, I've got a couple of questions. Stacy, if you can hear me, jump in. I'd like to talk to you and Buck and Jason for a little bit.
Just turn around, Pat. She's already here.
Yeah, she's here already.
Damn it, she's behind my back.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta watch your back.
Yeah, she's gonna
I'll
tease you.
always watch your back.
Hi, Stacy.
Hi, honey. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. I can't complain. I've got all my pivots off, so we got some rain.
So did you use the link I just forwarded you, or did you steal Snobs?
I was already going on to Snobs and stealing him. Because
Okay. Now, he doesn't
Yep,
use it.
good way to
Somebody
be.
might as well.
yeah,
Yep, if you got to hijack it, hijack it.
Yeah, he told me not to send him links for the wrestling show, so I send him one every week just to be a smart ass.
he just ignores them. I'm sure.
No, I'm sure he does.
It's like the no-fly list. Once you're on it, you can't get off.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Pat, I already had your number. You should have mine already.
Yeah, I think I did. I got a new phone, and only about half of the freaking numbers transferred over, and it said the rest were corrupt on the file. So I'm not sure. So I'm just double checking on
I'm
everybody.
sure I'm one of the corrupted ones because I've been corrupted my whole life.
Well, I'm sure, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I'll just talk to you in the after show.
Yeah. Yeah, it took me a while to find my mic cord. Kent's been using it, so I found my mic, but I couldn't find the dang cord.
Gotcha.
So he had to find it.
I hear you.
He's out in his office, so
Yep. Now that I got you on here.
it's been forever since I've even been on a live show, or even after show or live show or anything, because I've been sick.
Well, you just made it in time for the end.
How's your back doing, Stace?
Not too well in the last month because I've been coughing so bad. But I'm surviving with it.
Yeah, got the lower back muscles all wound up, I suppose.
Sciatica, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the point where you're kind of used to it. So, when you have chronic pain or chronic issues, you just you get used to it. It's like, okay, no big deal. You deal with it. You learn to deal with things.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Without, taking pain pills every day of your life. I'm not one to take pain pills. I don't take pain pills unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah, unless you're rolling around down on the floor going, God, please help me. One of those days.
Oh, yeah. And the last time I took pain pills was when I had my surgeries. I don't take them unless I had to. In fact, when Snob, had his kidney stones, he was all about trying to find some pain pills. He was in pain.
Yeah, I can't say that I blame him for that because, ugh.
Hey, Stacy, did you go
Yeah.
ahead and get Snub one of them deep muscle massages like Rob did?
No.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Nope.
Right. And on that note, and we're going to start wrapping this up so that these people can talk in the after chat. So, Kingpin, you kind of think you want to plug or talk about before we get out of here?
Nope.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah, I know, right? Short and to the point. What about you, Buck?
Just everybody stay safe. Watch your back. Never know who comes up behind you.
Probably me.
Stacy is the female version of Mr. Deeds Butler. Sneaky, sneaky. What about you, Jason?
I got
Well,
nothing. Just if it makes you happy, then it can't be that bad.
Pat, you
Good
don't get a
point.
turn because Pat doesn't get a turn because we done spent the last 45 minutes plugging his podcast.
God, I've only had one podcast here. Sorry, Rich. I didn't mean to be doing that. But
No, I'm exaggerating it, but
oh, I know.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Yeah. Welcome to Redneckville. More like it.
yeah, there's the name for your podcast right there. And then you can keep it on Wednesday nights.
Actually, that's probably not a bad idea. I might run with that one bit. With that one, Rich. There, you just named my podcast right
No,
there.
you named it. I just pointed it out. What about you, Stacy? Well, yeah, you named it. I just pointed out the fact that you came up with a better name. You didn't know it.
Okay, well, the Redneck Podcast.
Yeah.
Redneckville. No, it's Redneckville.
Call
Oh,
it the Pat
okay.
Cast.
All right.
Call it the Pat Cast.
Patcast?
No, they
Yeah,
might
it's
think
not
you're
a
talking about
podcast.
fiction.
It's the PAT Cast. Pat Cast.
The Redneckville Patcast.
Call it
Passion for the
Simple
truth.
IRL, and you'll get all kinds of views, man.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, you
Oh, hey,
Stacy.
trust me, I'm open for suggestions. So I'm just
What
I'm
about
going
you,
with what
Stacy?
works.
Damn, Pat, quiet. You've had your turn.
Sorry.
What about you, Stacy? Anything you
No,
would say?
not really have anything going on, really.
The quiet, shy type.
Pretty much.
Okie doke. So, on that note, we'll bid you all adieu for this week, and be sure to check out the show next week, where we may just be doing a special not Survivor Series, because I haven't even told Paul, SummerSlam watch along, because SummerSlam is actually going to be on when we do this show next week. So it's
Nice.
yeah, it's going to be on it's for some reason WWE decided that their pay-per-view is going to be on a Saturday next weekend.
Oh,
So we will, if we do that, it'll be a special start time of around 7:00 p.m. Eastern next week. So keep an eye out for that. And hopefully Peacock doesn't shit the bed like they did with Money in the Bank.
Right.
Oh my God. You weren't there for that one, Pat?
Yeah, I know, but me and my brother were watching when they shit the bed on that one.
Oh, you were watching? Yeah, that.
Yeah.
We were doing a live stream when it happened.
Yeah. Because I already had Peacock, and it just
Yep.
yeah, they totally crapped the bed on that one.
Oh boy, did they ever! And then they had this fix that it only worked for half the people that tried it.
Yep.
And I happen to not be one of those half of the people that tried it.
Exactly. Me too.
So, yep, that didn't work. But anyway.
Nope.
Anyway, I digress. So just keep an eye out next week. So we'll probably be starting around 7, and we'll be doing the watch along for the pay-per-view. So those of you who want to watch the pay-per-view, you're not going to be able to do that on the channel, but you can listen to us make fun of it or whatever else we end up doing while we're watching it, and doing live grading and stuff like we've done in the past. So keep an eye out for that. And we will see you tomorrow night for the regularly scheduled This Week Unloaded broadcast, which will be somewhere between 8:30 p.m. Eastern and 9 p.m. Eastern. So see you tomorrow.
All right. Well, I'll be there, Rich.
Later, y'all.
Take it easy, everybody.
All right. Good night. See ya, Rich.